Okay, everybody, it is me, Gregory Mannarino. It is Monday, July 25th, 2022. What a freak show. I don't even know where to start. How about this? A big thank you to you, Kiwan. Got the tie, got the proof. I really appreciate that. Okay, with that said, people, let's just refocus for a moment. Let's talk about what's going to happen this week first. We're going to hear from the Fed Wednesday. We're going to get their monumental interest rate hike decision. And yes, we're going to get another hike. My best guess is a 75 basis point hike. And again, this is going to be played up as if it's the second coming or something. And it's going to really do something to prevent inflation from raging higher, which is a complete lie. It's absolutely out of control. You know that. Between the European Central Bank and the Federal Reserve, they really have, they're tag teaming, not just the economy, but every single person, honestly, in the world. Central banks are determined to destroy, and they're continuing to do this, an entire class of people. They're getting strangled to death. So just be ready for that. Let's talk about a few other things here. How about Janet Yellen? She's rearing her disgusting, vomitous, ugly troll-like head, explaining how, I don't see a recession coming. She's admitting the economy is slowing down. All right, but she does not see this. Kind of like how she said, you remember, she was on the bandwagon. Inflation is transitory. And it's peaking. She was wrong on both accounts. And that was supposed to believe this? No. It's totally bizarre to me to be living in this environment where no one is held to account. You get freaks like that who can see anything they want to. It's all deception. It's absolutely something else going on. You all know that. Then you got the mainstream media. I'm watching this morning talking about how the World Health Organization, they've actually declared monkeypox a global emergency. You know what this is all about. Crisis to crisis to crisis, more cash thrown at it. Now they're pushing the vaccine agenda yet again. Imagine my shock here. You can't imagine how surprised I am over anything. Anyway, going back to this market. So we're going to hear from the Fed, like I said. That's whatever. It doesn't matter anymore. We have so much easy money pouring into this market right now between the European Central Bank and their unlimited bond buying program, which now has expanded to the entire Eurozone. And you got the Federal Reserve doing the same thing, but no one's talking about it. And you can't call this quantitative easing. No. It doesn't even get a mention on any of the mainstream financial channels. Another thing we got this week, earnings. It's a big earnings week, especially big tech. And I don't think it matters at all. When you have this mechanism in place, people, you know this better than anybody, of unlimited cash being thrown at this market yet again, because these central banks are so serious about fighting inflation, you know that. That's going to drive the market. It's going to drive the market. You and me, okay, have watched the 10-year yield here in the United States fall from over 3.5% to like 2.82 where we are now. The 10-year yield dropped like 15 basis points in 2 days last week. Oh, really? Who's doing that? It's the Fed. They're buying it all, and everyone knows it except the average guy and the average girl. They have no idea what's going on here at all. What else would you expect in this twisted upside down environment? Anyway, going back to the market, stock futures are higher right now. That's the mechanism, people. Why are central banks, Fed, ECB, pumping the markets just again with unlimited QE? That's what it is. It's quantitative easing to the highest order. Well, they are very hell-bent on trying to push cash back into the stock market to continue to inflate the bubble. Look, the stock market's in a massive bubble. The S&P 500 isn't even in bear market territory anymore. You got a hyper bubble in real estate here. You have creatures like Yellen explaining to you, we're not going into recession. We're so far beyond recession right now, people, and you know that's free fall. We haven't had a single piece of good economic news, and I can't tell you when. It just doesn't stop, and it's not going to. That's the mechanism here. You all know that. So again, stock futures higher, pointing towards a higher open. 10-year yield 2.81. The MMRI, Mannarino Market Risk Indicator, continues to fall. Okay, check it out. Link in the description of this video. Risk on seems to be the current environment, and I've been buying this market like crazy as of late. You all know that. I put so much money into this market lately over the past several weeks. I've been buying ticker JEPI. I'm not telling anyone to buy it, but I've been buying a lot of it, as of late. More than likely, I'm going to buy more, probably even today. Gold and silver right now under some pressure. Cryptocurrency under some pressure as well. Crude oil catching a bid. Dollar, the comparative strength of the dollar is weaker. Okay, that's the story. That's the setup. That's where we are right now. But don't you even dream for a nanosecond that you've seen it all. With regard to the current economic model, which is crisis to crisis to crisis, it's all designed to do one thing: to allow central banks to inflate. And you're not even going to hear about it. I mean, what we're witnessing right now with regard to the European Central Bank and the Federal Reserve is bigger than any quantitative easing that they used to tell us was quantitative easing ever. I mean, this takes the cake right now, but it's being held back. People aren't allowed to know what's going on, and they're being lied to. They're being deceived yet again. They're being distracted, and it's just too twisted. I can't get my head around it. It's insane. So anyway, so that's the story this morning here with the markets, where we're going. I don't think anything here whatsoever is a surprise to a single one of you. Just get ready for, in my view, what we're going to see at one point is a false flag event on an unbelievable, unprecedented scale. I mean, I have no idea what they're planning for us, but it's going to be something big, much bigger than anything. Right now, they're throwing this crisis, that crisis, the other crisis, people are kind of getting, used to it in a way. So they got to do some kind of shock and awe, false flag event. So just be ready for it. I think if you follow this blog, you are ready for it. You know to expect things that I think most people would have no idea about. But I really feel that a false flag event, something very, very big is going to occur. Not sure when, but that's what they're going to do. Again, they always need some kind of a monumental event to occur in order to further an agenda. We've seen this repeatedly throughout history. And we haven't had one like that in a while. So that tells me that we should be ready for one. And that does scare me a little bit. All right, people, with that said, I'm going to let you all go. You know what's going on here. You know what to look out for. Look, let these people play their games. You and I, we're not going to stop doing what we're doing. Betting against the debt, becoming our own central bank. The debt hyper bubble is going to get much, much larger. Okay, that we know. There is no doubt about it. That's the mechanism behind. Are they going to continue to suppress gold, silver, and cryptocurrencies? Because that's part of the game too. Yes, they're going to continue to do that, at least for now. But in my view, gold, silver, and yes, cryptocurrencies are the place to be. In the eventual meltdown, which is going to happen in that debt market. We witnessed it. You saw what they did. We saw that 10-year yield rising, spiking in an uncontrolled fashion, like a 60 basis point spike in the 10-year yield in a matter of days. And that really did hit the stock market. They wouldn't allow that to happen. ECB steps in, Federal Reserve steps in. So you know that there is something very big going on underneath it all. So just be ready for something else to happen, something very, very big. All right, people, with that said, love you a lot. Please comment. What do you think? Do you get the idea that something is brewing here, something really big? Because that's kind of like how I feel. You know, if you listen to your gut, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be right. That's really the truth. All right, see you at the end of the day, people. Please comment. Please share the video. See you later.